Hello everyone and welcome back to another DrAce video. Today we're going to be racing here in Catalunya. It's time for round 6 of the Moto2 career mode and I am pumped to get on with this one. I love this circuit and the AI usually offers a good challenge. We start from 3rd place on the grid. Front row tickets, front row seats to start a battle here in Barcelona. So here we go then, against the 120% difficulty artificial intelligence. We wait for the red lights, and wow, that was quicker than expected, so away we go. Look at Alonso Lopez, hot off the press from pole position. He's already up into 1st place, and look at that gap he's got already. 0.3 of a second found before he even got the whole shot. Oh, goodness me, Jake Dixon comes on through. Forcing his way through does the man with no sponsors on his leathers. Very strange. He has Revit, right? I think that's right. Rather bizarre sight to see that. It always is. I think Joe Roberts has got the same problem as well with his Spiddy leathers. But anyway, back to the action because Alonso Lopez has pulled out 0.3 of a second. Now half a second. I don't think it's half a second. We'll soon get that back, especially going on the brakes here into the Repsol corner. Right on the cusp now of catching the number 21 into my favourite corner of Catalunya. It is the TV3. I am begging for an overtake in this video here today. In fact, Alonso Lopez is also suffering the lack of sponsor on his leathers. Very strange to see, isn't it? It looks really weird. There's no problem with those with the Dying Easy. Here we go then into La Caixa corner for the first time of asking, can we go around the outside? Not possible. Did try it. But it looks like Alonso Lopez had other plans for his 1st position. Don't you worry, mate. We'll dispossess you sooner or later. It's definitely coming. Now from the right-hand side. Now, one thing I will say for this video is I had to run the medium tyres. This is the first time this season we are not running the soft tyres for a race. Unless it was wet weather, obviously. But the softs could not last. I tried practice. I tried the qualifying. The soft would just burn up after a lap or two. It was impossible to use. Couldn't take the risk here for the race. So we're going to be using mediums for the first time in dry conditions. And I must confess they don't feel too different, but they don't feel as grippy. So it's something I'm going to have to learn throughout this Grand Prix. And we almost had rain in qualifying. Thankfully it just stayed away. Just barely. And now onto the precipice of attacking Alonso Lopez. They are quite slow here. So we might be able to close in and possibly go through. Not able to do so yet. I think this could be the spot. You know what? Round the outside. Why not let it fly? Beautifully done from the outside going into the Repsol corner. But Alonso Lopez fights back. Can I go round the outside? Can we make it 2 for 2? We certainly can. Oh, he got close to our rear tyre. He was going to hit Pirelli onto Pirelli, but we're alright. We're through. We're safe. And we now have the lead. Is this good night Vienna to the rest of the competition? Have we got the lead secured now to disappear and win it? I want to say I feel like I can, but I did a lap or two in qualifying and called it quits like I usually do, and it wasn't enough to secure pole. Very much like what it was like in Le Mans. Did the lap, felt that'd be enough. Exited, realised I was not on pole either. So the AI certainly have something up their sleeves. Do they have an ace up their sleeve? I don't think so. There's only one man who does, and that's the man on screen. That's my rider, that's me. And across the line we're going to set the fast lap. We certainly are. 144, briefly fastest with a 144.087, bettered by Tony Arbolino, who should have a long lap penalty. He held me up in qualifying and I absolutely smacked into the back of him. So bad that the collision I had to then repair the bike in practice. Yet Tony Arbolino still was not given an impeding warning. Very strange. Mario Aggi also held me up as well coming out of the pit lane. So I did expect them to both receive penalties, but clearly nothing has been mentioned. Now onto the right hand side. My lead has steadily gone down here. Fermin Aldeguer is rising to the occasion. He's up to 2nd. 0.4 of a second is the difference. This is still looking to be a rather promising lap time with the man with the Pirelli SC2s. Onto the right-hander. 0.4 of a second. Well, he's not close enough yet anyway, so I don't really need to panic about Fermin. Oh, I just touched the apex. That's the worst thing I could have done. That kills all momentum and gives Fermin a chance to go on through. Oh, goodness me. He wanted to go around the outside. The long way around for Fermin Aldeguer. I don't think so, sunshine. I'm going to hold my station. Oh, but he's put... Yeah, fair play. I thought he'd come back through there. Not much I could do against the number 54. Well then. Gloves off, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go one-on-one with Aldeguer. Oh, I got pushed off the circuit there. Did I get away with a track limit warning? I think we did. Thank you very much to the MotoGP stewards. Quick look behind Aldeguer. He's actually being able to pull away ever so slightly here. A 43.6 is what he set there. He was rather fast on lap 3, should I say. Now into the right-hander for the Elf corner. Quick change of direction here. Can we get him on the change of direction? Not possible, not yet. Manuel Gonzalez has been given a track limits. I don't know where he is, actually. I thought he was on the left-hand side. That's Jake Dixon, isn't it, in 4th? Joe Roberts behind him in 5th. Now onto the brakes and into the right-hander. I tell you something now. I'll tell you this and I'll tell you it for free. I'm having to push here. I am having to push quite hard. Aldeguer's got speed. But is he running the soft tyres? Because he's able to really put down the hammer to force me to work hard here. I'm going to need consistent 43s to have a fight with this man here. The man who is MotoGP bound, of course. Talks about him joining the VR46 Ducati team. Possible factory Ducatis for Rossi's team next year. Obviously that's a conversation to have for another video, but onto the brakes. I really wanted to turn in there. Wasn't able to do so. I think he's on the same tyres as me, you know. He's just got a lot of oomph, and speaking of oomph, throwing it back up on the inside of the number 54. Take that. Bit aggressive, but it's fair. All fair in love and wars. I've just got a track limit warning for the first time. Damn it. Can we escape the clutches of Aldeguer? 4 laps completed. A 43.7. It was a good lap. Not good enough for the fastest. But we are not pulling away from the number 54. Does he go for a lunge? He certainly does, occupying first place now. It's the spot where I wanted to be. The man with Mattia Passini's number. Look at that. That was aggressive. Didn't actually mean to make so much contact. Should I get a warning for that? I think I should. That was a rather aggressive shunt. But he didn't lose too much time. I sort of just slotted through. I think the impact looked worse for us than it did actually for him. 1/10 of a second is the gap. Oh, there is Aldeguer. Whoa, look at Aldeguer. Has he gone for the lunge up on the inside? You betcha. Let him run it deep and fight back immediately. Pass or be passed here in Catalunya. Brilliant. This is exactly what I was looking for when I started this video here today. Aldeguer now occupies my spot. I just conceded the position into the TV3 corner. One of my favourite corners, if not my favourite in this track. And he's done me in my own corner. I'm disappointed there. But I mustn't let my ego beat me. Stay within it and continue to fight the number 54. We can get past the man on the Boscascoro. It's Calex versus Boscascoro here in Catalunya. I was really trying to take a good look at his rear tyre there. He's absolutely planted going through the Bank Sabadell. Ooh, a little bit deep for the Europe car. We're through. It's not quite the Rossi move, but it's something similar. He goes round the outside, or at least tries to. That's not good enough, but he will have the speed on the slipstream. This should be his to take now. Can he go through? Here comes the speed up man. Onto the brakes. Can we be later than him? He's really occupying that spot, really making himself wider into that first corner. Well, this is materialising quite wonderfully, isn't it? Some of you guys call the Le Mans video the best race of the season. Is this one about to better it? I must confess, I am loving the level of competition in Moto 2. Feels much more challenging than Moto 3. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like the riders just crash all the time like they did in Moto3 either, so... Ooh, goodness me. Wanted to try and go around the outside of the speed up, didn't happen there. Aldeguer's got the lead, but is this the moment we fight back into the TV3? Beautifully done from Fermin Aldeguer, but he's left the door open. And we're through again. Occupying position 1 once again. The battle for P1 continues. The gap behind us as well is closing in. The likes of Alonso Lopez. Yeah, it's down to 0.4 of a second now. So all this messing around, all this exchanging of battles is bringing the competition closer. The smart thing would have been there just to accept that he was quicker and to follow him, but I risk him winning this race by a country mile if we let that happen. I think he's too quick for us to just follow him. I think he's got more than what it takes to win this one by a country mile, and I'm not allowing that to happen. Here comes Aldeguer again. Ooh, he's really squeezing me off into the grass here. I don't like that. Onto the brakes. Who could be the last of the late breakers? I'm going a bit wide there into the 11th corner. I can't turn in because Aldeguer's got the spot. I've run it off the circuit. I'll have to try and rejoin in a moment. No penalty given, thank goodness. Into the... Oh, Lopez has touched his rear tyre. No! Oh, God. Is that a penalty for me? Oh, I hate how that happens so easily in this game. He did the same on Ride 5. He just barely touched him on lean angle, and that's it. Instant crash. Oh, I can't believe that. That's the second time I've had a coming together. Ooh, steady. Downshifted too prematurely there. That's the second time I've had a coming together with Alonso Lopez, and it's been exactly the same both times. In Cota on the right-hander out of turn 13, and now here for turn 3 on the right-hander, full lean angle. That's annoying. That is really annoying. Didn't want that to happen to Lopez. That's not what I was trying to do. And him crashing there really cost me time. I'm 1.3 behind Fermin. Dixon's up to second. Good to see him fighting for the podium positions. Now, I don't dare to say this. If you've watched all my races so far in Moto2 career mode, then you're probably going to predict what I'm going to say here. Jake Dixon, I don't want to say it because it could jinx him again. He crashed out in every single race so far this season. Is that going to be his future in this video here today as well? Goodness me, I lost 2 seconds on that last lap. Well, 1.5 seconds at the very least. Not good enough. Not good enough, that is. So far, Jake Dixon looking pretty good. Aldeguer looking top of the world. In fact, Dixon might be closing in. Has Jake Dixon got what it takes to not only catch up, but to get past Fermin Aldeguer? Roberts in there as well. Of course, he's been excellent so far this season on the CF Moto. And now I am having to push really hard, and I don't quite have the slipstream to bring me closer. Late on the brakes here. Try to gently bring on the downshifts. Downshift too early in Moto 2 at your peril. Instantly kicks off the rear tyre. You don't want it to happen. Late on the brakes there for the left-hander. This is TB3. My favourite corner. Into the right-hander. Out of the Worth corner. We are closing in. I just need one of them to attack. In Le Mans, in the wet, I was begging Celestino Vietti to attack Alonso Lopez. Please don't put me in the same spot here today. Beautiful tight apex. Excuse me, Joe, I'm coming through. I've booked in a position for P3, you know. I RSVP. Ooh, goodness me. Downshifting there was a bit of a calculated risk that didn't quite pay off. Where's all these sliding coming from? Goodness me, look how much of the front rear of the right-hand side of the front we've used already. That's going to get really noticeable as we get to lap 10 onwards. The rear tyre doesn't feel too bad, but that front on the right-hand side does not feel comfortable at all. It's getting really loose. Onto the brakes then. Oh, I might have messed this up. I felt really wide there on the brakes. Goodness me, I got it stopped. And I got it stopped, and I'm also closing in on Roberts rather quickly now. Can we get through on the American? Desperate to get through on Joe. The sooner as we pick him off, the quicker we can get back onto Jay Dixon and Fermin Aldeguer. But I've got to make it clean. I've got to make it quick. Onto the right-hand side. Ethan Guevara's been given a warning. Teammate of Joe Roberts, of course, on the CF Moto. Onto the brakes and into the apex of Repsol corner. Whoa. We're closing in quickly here. We've got to get through him, Roberts. He's not holding us up. But I know in those parts where I am a little bit quicker, that's where I need to have that clear space. And just closing into the rear tyre of him every time is just making me nervous. Might be able to go through into Lakaisha. Got to play it safe though. Move over to the right hand side, wait for that fourth gear to scream, then start hitting the brakes. This could be our opportunity here. Nice and turn in early. Oh, I got touched. Oh my god, I went too early. Oh, I apologise, Joe. Oh my god. Joe's going to be miffed. That was not my intention. I turned in too early, and as you know in this game, the bike sits up vertically if you touch the curb. I do apologise to Joe Roberts. How have we got away with a warning there? I can't believe that. I do apologise to the American fans and to Joe Roberts in particular. I hit the apex and the bike just went vertical. Oh, I do apologise. That is not how I wanted to get through. Is Jake Dixon having a look? Ooh, I'm really approaching this corner quickly. Oh, no. Is Joe going to come back on through? Dixon ahead. He's now 0.7 of a second. Oh, I could have done without that happening. If I just got through on Joe quickly and cleanly then, that wouldn't have been a problem. Just shows you how good the 120% AI are in this game. Keeping me on the edge of my toes. I'm pushing on the limit here every lap. This is what I wanted, so I'm pleased with it. I like to be challenged. I like to be pushed to the distance. As Aldeguer, still the fastest man on the track from earlier on, actually. I don't think he's come close to having that again. A bit deep there for the TB3. That's not quite how I was hoping to get that corner done. And now onto the right-hander. Bring on the power. Touch the curb. Gap to 1.2 to Aldeguer. That's not going so well, this. In fact, Roberts has closed back in on me. Got to get it right now. We had a couple of mistakes on that lap. You know, TV3 wasn't great. And the Elf corner wasn't good either. Got to stop making these small errors. Every lap it's going to get more difficult though. Look at the right-hand side on the front. Oh, that's frightening. That's not what the F stands for. It stands for front, but it's frightening at this stage. Onto the power. If Fermin or Dixon set a new fastest lap, I think that's it. I'm struggling to keep into the 43s now. Last of the late breakers required for this braking point. I'm able to close in a bit. Gap's 8.5 of a second now. Got to keep that gaps. Keep it minimising. Keep it shrinking. This could be another tough effort once again. Le Mans was a consistent effort, slog, and a grind to catch up to the top guys. This one's materialising the same way. Aldeguer's finding time. 1.2, 1.3. Oh, I'm desperate to catch up. Yellow flags out sector 1. Oh, it's my teammate. Onchu's gone down. I've not seen anything from him this season. Ooh, that's good. That's a really nice apex there to the TV3. Strong out of turn 8. Whoa! We got away with a track limit warning again. I'm on the limit here, ladies and gentlemen. Let that fourth gear ring out. And into the left-hander. Can we close in on Dixon and Aldeguer? I'm still pushing. Plenty of time in this one. We don't need to panic. But I've got to find a few more tenths. If I can just start setting my fastest laps again, we could be right in there for a shout. Oh, goodness me, I'm pushing. That front tyre is feeling worse and worse every single lap time. There's nothing left on the right-hand side of the front. At the end of this one, that's going to be the problem. Can you imagine if I did run the soft tyres after all? We wouldn't have stood a chance. Here we go then. Tight to the apex once more. Now into the left-hander. I just can't close in quick enough. 0.6 of a second is the gap. What has Roberts got left? Has he got anything left? 1 second is the gap, so I don't think we need to worry about actually anyone behind us. I think it's just us three showing superior pace. And the issue is that they're all doing pretty much the identical lap times. I don't have that much more skill to better them when they've got a second advantage. It's not Moto 3 anymore. This is Moto 2, the intermediate class. Keep it in, come on. We can catch up to Jake, I know that much. But catching up to Aldeguer, I think I'm going to have to concede. We had a really good battle though, but this is what I said from the beginning. If we didn't keep up and continue to fight with Aldeguer, he would win this one. The only thing I can hope for now is he gets a long lap penalty. He's certainly not shy about them in real life. And of course he actually crashed here in this circuit, trying to take the long lap penalty, of course. More time found here as we dive into the Bank Sabadell. We might be setting a new personal best here. Half a second is Dixon. We have a chance. Second place is still on the cards. Tight to the split once more to the New Holland corner. Onto the power with slipstream. A 43.7. Great consistent lap times coming in there. The past 5 all within 0.2 of a second. Can we attack Dixon now? Late on the brakes. Oh, he's going to be in the spot. Ooh. It's not really... Oh, goodness me. The front is absolutely washing underneath me. Oh, Roberts is down. Joe Roberts has gone down somewhere. Oh, and championship rival Vietti. He's also gone down. What's happened behind us? Has Joe Roberts crashed and then rejoined the circuit? Ooh, just bumping Jake Dixon there. Goodness me. Carried a bit too much speed there going into turn 3. Well, the continuation of turn 4, should I say. Ooh. Yeah, we're definitely closing in now. We have a chance. I still didn't get a penalty for hitting Jake Dixon, that's fair enough. Yeah, he also was surprised, that's why I had to have a look behind him. Here it comes though. Jake Dixon, prepare to gift me second place. He's not letting it go without a fight. But the Battle of Britain is underway. We've got 4 laps of duelling before we get all Queensberry rules. Oh, Dixon's gone wide. Can you imagine if he crashed then? And that's how the streak continues of crashes. That would be unbelievable. 0.2 of a second we have now ahead of Jake Dixon. I think we're going to have to become the bridesmaid today. We can't always finish on top, and this will be the second race in a row we've actually failed to reach victory. But the podium streak continues. From Portimao to Kota to Jerez to Le Mans, now to here, our podium streak will continue as if everything stays as it is. Oh, look at Dixon, got a little bit more in the tank, have you, mate? He's ready to fight back again. Ooh, a bit looser into the elf corner. And now into turn 2. 2.5 of a second is the difference. 0.3 of a second is the difference. Aldeguer is gone. He's checked out. When I got to second place, he seemed to find more time. He has been on another level today. I really wish I continued fighting with him though. I was having a blast. I'm not disappointed with the effort we've shown to fight back though, nonetheless. Still certainly trying to maintain this second place is going to be challenging, as Jake Dixon will not yield. 0.4 of a second is the gap. Has he got something left against his compatriot? Surely not. My medium front has gone to hell now. It is heck to a handbasket for the right hand side of the tyre. It doesn't stand a chance. A few more difficult corners to go, and a couple of more laps. That front tyre might not last. 0.4 is the gap. We cannot break away from Dixon. Ooh, a bit wide to the Bank Sabadell. Now these are the corners that's really going to struggle. Into the penultimate corner. This is the Europe car. Onto the power and then into the New Holland corner. I'm really struggling to turn in now. I'm having to use brake, like a trail brake in corners to get the bike to stop from sliding. And that is not helping me because Jake Dixon's caught up. Jake Dixon not only caught me up, but he's through onto the brakes. Who is the last of the late breakers? That distinction goes to Dixon. Look at the front. I can't get the bike stopped. It's sliding all over the place now. Dixon secures second again. Oh, I touched the curb ever so slightly. Well, this is hard fought. Look at it's really struggling now. Late on the brakes, tight to the apex. That's an unbelievable overtake, considering the tyres and the condition right now. Dixon's got it though for the left-hand side. Do I let him go through and I'll go for the inside? You betcha. Calculated risk, calculated return, calculated retaliation against Jake Dixon. Now for the TB3s, trying to pick me up in the corner. What a battle. Dixon, DrAce, battling it out. Oh, he got close to my rear tyre. I tell you what a performance from Jake Dixon. 5 races, 5 crashes. On the 6th, he's battling for second place. Brilliant performance. I hope this kickstarts his Moto2 career mode. His season in my career mode, should I say. That's a tongue twister. But here we go then. This is the conclusion of the penultimate lap. Jake Dixon still in range of fighting and fending me off for second. And Aldeguer, who's got 4 seconds advantage. Yeah, he's done and dusted. He's got this one secured. Now, who's going to finish second? 0.3 of a second. My eyes cannot come away from that top left-hand corner of your screen. Late on the brakes, right down easy boot, just kissing the tarmac. Oh, Dixon closing rapidly. Can he go for the overtake? Surely not. If he can't get us into sector 1, then I think that's it. 0.5 of a second. Oh, steady. Pushing a little bit too much now as we dive onto the brakes again. It's really struggling to turn into turn 4 now. Any form of right-hander and it's just treacherous. We've got a couple of left corners coming up here though. I feel confident. Repsol corner secures us second place. Can we hold on to it for the TB3? Brake here where the rumble strip is. Keep it in tight. It's securing us enough for now. Oh, I made a mistake. Track limit warning. This is where Jake Dixon and Aldeguer are able to close in quite quickly. Oh, I can't get the bike turning. Oh, Dixon's there on the right. We've got it though. We've got the inside line. We've got the spot. So if we stay where we are, we've got this. 0.3 of a second it is. Surely he's not going to do the Rossi on me for second. I'd be devastated. Surely that's not going to happen now. 1/10 and a half. 0.2 of a second. Oh, Alcoba's gone. Alcoba's out of this one as we now dive into the right-hand side. Oh, Jake Dixon! He punted me! He punted me! Oh, I can't believe it. You know what? After all we've been through in this one, we punted Joe Roberts. We made the collision with Alonso Lopez. That's fine. Rubbing is racing. Dixon went for the lunge. I can't be mad at that. Good to see him back on the podium though, but goodness me. I really tried on this one. Didn't quite have enough, did we? That was a great race. That was a tough battle, but one thing I want to know though is where does Jake Dixon lie now in the championship standings? Because a second place is 20 points. And he's going to probably leapfrog quite a few people to secure a decent position in the championship, or at least I hope so, for his sake. But yeah, have a look at your riding results there. Quick look at the results, and yeah, 20 points is not enough actually to leapfrog that many, as we don't see him in the top 12. But yeah, there's the championship standings. I will leave you now with the team's championship as well, and we'll take a look at the podium ceremony together to celebrate our podium position here in Catalunya. A third place is somewhat of a worst case scenario, I think, and that's not that bad. Damage limitation to take third after the consequence in the middle of the race is not all that bad, so I'm relatively happy with that. I thoroughly enjoyed the race, and I think that's all that matters, and well, it's all that matters that you guys enjoyed it. So if you did, let me know in the comments section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I will see you tomorrow for more DrAce content. Guys, ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.